All right, welcome to another episode from the Chart Reader. So this is for sure a viewer request video, but let's be honest, when you can drop a double-digit day, my goodness, that's definitely what I would call a recent runner, all right? So we've got a pretty bullish thing going on here, but look, I think as important as today was, tomorrow is going to be really critical for actually the first two stocks. I'll be honest, I didn't really look at the third one that I'm going to try to squeeze in, but CVNA, Carvana, FUBO, FUBO, they both basically needed to stay over the 8 moving average today, and they did, all right? So we'll get into the details shortly, but real quick, what are we going to do? Same thing we always do, right? We're going to take a look at the daily and the weekly to see how this thing is setting up short term. We do have our 5 moving averages. There are horizontal support and resistance lines that I do draw manually myself, and then when we're done up here, we'll use the MACD, RSI, and volume as our lower indicators. Hey, really quickly, if you can please like this video, comment on the video, share it all over the internet, subscribe to the channel. Look, anything you can do really does help me out, but I swear, just giving me your time is already super appreciated, all right? So let's get into it, and again, things are looking good, all right? I remember covering this thing not too long ago because, again, we had some really good earnings, and look, when I say really good earnings, I'm not here to give you my opinions about the earnings, and honestly, with no, all due respect, I don't even care about your opinions of the earnings, right? All that matters is what the market thought. And if the market thought it was bad, this would have gapped down and these three would have for sure just kept running down. Instead, we make a really nice run. Look, we couldn't get over this resistance line, right? This 1334, and I'll zoom out to see where I got this one. But yeah, we come down, start to lose the 8, but keep it, lose the 8, and then decide to keep it, and we actually get over this 1170 resistance, which is beautiful in my head. But one more time, as important as today was, look, tomorrow needs to confirm, all right? I'll take a close at 1224. I would love a close at 1266. For real, this is an easy ass channel. All I'm seeing is green, red. Hopefully it's just green. And it might actually be a real quick run all the way up to 1334. Let me just zoom out real quick. Where did this line come from? All right, it's basically the top of this guy, bottom of this guy, and 50% of this guy. I think that makes sense that was a good line. And look, after this 1334, I think there's a lot of reason to believe it would basically come to this 1540. I'm assuming this thing, let's call it 15. I think over the next few days, we'll probably play with these two lines, the one that we're at right now and the one above. This thing will keep moving down. And yeah, I think 15 should be a fair cap target here. But look, again, today was important, but look, the last thing that I want, this thing has to stay over 1160. All right, you can see right now the 8 average is at 1159. You got to believe that the thing's going to go up one more day, right? So like, let's just stay in the 1165 range. The real worst thing I would hate is to come right here. This 1130 is 50% candle, and it's also the top of this. So I can actually very much see 1130 happening. And again, all that 1130 would mean is, up one, down one, up one, down one. I'm not a fan of that, right? I want up and up, baby. So we keep on going up, right? But volume, let's just get a little bit of volume, right? And again, I think this sexy channel might actually bring one of these right here on the next day. So I'm for sure interested here. And again, look, MACD looks good. I'm seeing a good little separation between the two lines, definitely in the positive. RSI is not screaming it, but I do see a little peak of green right there. And yeah, 67 is a great number, right? We're not close enough to the 80s for me to be worried. So yeah, I'm hoping actually a really easy run to 1334. Honestly, before Friday, in all honesty. Yeah, tomorrow, Friday, call it a day, baby. There it is. So let's look at the weekly. Well, that's a sexy weekly chart. Excuse me. And honestly, the weekly chart's basically saying 1440, and then what's this bad boy here? 1660. Geez. All right. I like it. Cool. I like it. All right. Beautiful. CVNA. FUBO. I guess I'll set an alert. Hey, if you're not in right now, look, we close at 1180. Okay, what did this day? 1185. Let's do 1186. I think that's a really good number. 1186. CVNA alert. Let me know. I love it. FUBO. Jibo and FUBO, I think, are pretty fun stocks to say. Sorry about that. All right, let's get serious. Okay, again, same basic thing, and the viewer that asked for these two stocks, I said the exact same thing. look what FUBO did yesterday, right? It basically was an update down day. That was the exact same thing CVNA did, right? Update down day. Today was the update. And again on FUBO as well, today was the update. And look, 9.7. I know it doesn't scream big numbers. I'm telling you, if you can get close to double digits a day, sweet Jesus, you're finding some good things. You know what I mean? So there are things I like, but there are things I liked a little bit more on Carvana. All right, I'll be honest. I really wish we closed over this. This day closed at 194. Man, I really wish we closed at 195. And I know I saw it. Yeah, you can see the high was 195. When I looked at FUBO, because I knew I was going to make this video today, I didn't ride this 9.7, by the way. I guess I kind of wish I did, but it's okay, right? I wanted to see if we closed over this. Honestly, I probably would have bought some before I made the video. Right now, what I'm basically going to do is see what happens tomorrow, right? Let me just see what after hours is doing. Yeah, it's holding. That's not bad. Again, I don't really give a shit about after hours, but I was just curious. But yeah, if this closed at 195, literally a penny over this day, I would have been much happier. All right. That said, look, I mean, we're at least over 50% this, and technically this is the biggest candle to the left. So I mean, in some ways, some people might even say I don't care about this one, and this is really the money line, right? Again, everyone has different strategies, right? But end of the day, we use the 100 moving average to bounce here. We use the 100 moving average to bounce there. We're at least over the 8, and again, give me that confirmation, right? So MACD doesn't look as good as Carvana did. RSI, I think, is a little insignificant. I think they're both about the same. And also, I don't think volume looked as good as Carvana did. This just kind of screams a little more downward. And I know CVNA didn't have beautiful volume. Don't go, oh shit, it's about the same thing. I don't know why I thought that this one was about better. Interesting. Interesting. Okay. Yeah, but look, again, nonetheless, right now, the goal is basically, there's a couple different places you can enter, all right, depending on your risk tolerance and your strategy. I think 195, 196 is a really interesting alert. I for sure think 203 is a really good alert, right? And that should basically take us to 225, right? Like, there's basically a gap fill right there. It's nothing spectacular, but it's there, right? And then, yeah, yeah, I'm still holding this line. This is really the only plateau here. That's roughly 50% candle. Yeah, I like that. I like that line, actually. I might even be able to raise it a little bit to actually hit the bottom of that, hit the top of that. But again, it's all good, right? We're not here for perfect. We're here for good enough, right? So I did like Carvana just a little bit more than this one. But again, if you can break one of those two candles by tomorrow, it's going to look just as good, for sure, for sure. And again, this is a nice weekly. Now, the difference being, look, did this one break or no? It didn't. This one landed. So this is the first week we're over the 20, all right? Next week might be the bigger week on this stock, actually. So let's see where Friday closes. But yeah, look, that's nice. That's a real good divergence, nothing that a fancier way of saying lines are going away from each other, right? But that's nice. That's nice. I wish this was just a little better, but yeah, that's nice too, right? So I like both of these stocks actually very much. And then the last one on today's is, look at this, right? Like, this is pretty, right? This is real pretty. And there's a couple textbook things that I do see, all right? I think this is a beautiful zoom of it. Red can really quickly go to green. Okay, that's the first one. From there, look, break the 100 but fail. Break the 100 but fail. Break the 100 but not as bad a fail, and then go. Right? I know it sounds silly when I say things like, look, just wait for the 100, right? Like, this was for sure some good profit. Hey, if you made it, I love it, right? Good for you, right? But for me, I really don't give too much about this $2 till about 240 run, right? And again, that's a solid 20% run. This 250 to 308, that's the sexy move. You know what I mean? Because you've now broken this. You should now go to the, like, again, different ways to do different strategies. But look, there's a lot of nice things so far. I will be honest. I think you got to start getting ready to pull some profits, okay? First and foremost, we're coming up to the 200 moving average. That is the hardest line, to say the least, all right? We failed it here. We definitely break it here. And interesting, I don't know if I'm going to say that we bounced on the 200 or on the 50, because that's actually a little bit more of the intersection. But yeah, I'm going to say, aside from this little break in August, let me just zoom out from there. Yeah, damn. It's been a good while. All right, look, obviously crazy things will happen if we can get over the 200 moving average. I think this 85 RSI and the fact that we're coming up to the hardest resistance is making me think it should be time to pull some profits if you haven't already. Because again, someone has made 50% if they've ridden the whole thing. A quick run from $2 to $3, they made that buck, all right? Even this go from 250 to 3 is still a real sexy trade because that's another 20% right there, right? So there was money here. You're at a high resistance. Things are a little overbought based on our RSI technical. Yeah, I think this might be coming down just to cool off. Now, look, do I think we're coming this low or this low or this low? Hell no. This is a sexy ass chart, right? Um, Let me just, okay, there's a couple places, right? If I was to, I think this should be the absolute lowest. And like, look, this 50% candle basically hits that as well. Like, I like that. I think this, I cannot imagine. And look, let's be honest, over the next couple days, the 8 is going to smash over this line anyways, right? So I don't see it going any lower than that. Maybe we can put a line right here as well. What's that 50% candle? That's up there. Yeah, at this point, I'm just going to move it up a little bit. Yeah, no, you know what? I'm going to leave it. I'm going to leave it. I'm going to put it right about there because it's not quite 50%. It's the top. You see, now I'm starting to mess with myself. You know what? I'm going to delete this line. I am. I think, see, but then at that point, the thing is going to come up. How low do I think this is going to drop? What's your 50%? Your 50% puts us there. And then what's your top candle? A little less than 50% there. Okay. I'm going to put it right there. I think 285, give or take, whatever I click there. Yeah, I think 285 and 267 are probably the I don't want to say safest. That's a stupid thing to say, but I think that's my implied drop. But again, the 8 moving average is going up, the 20 moving average is going up. Like, I'm expecting this to bounce on the 8. In all honesty, maybe even just one of these lines and go back up. But look, we haven't actually tested the 200 yet either, right? The 200 sitting at 313 or at 309. So, you know, can it, if it was to break and wick, I think 338 would be the max. I think it'd be pretty hard to get over 3.25. All right. But again, I think that this high RSI, and let's be honest, let's just kind of look here, right? What were you at? You were at 83. And yeah, I mean, it's been a long time. It's been 2001 since we were up here for a minute, right? So I would be a little weary, but just look at this, right? If we can get over that 200 moving average, it really could be game over. And at the end of the day, NASDAQ's kicking ass, right? So just NASDAQ stocks are doing better. And I'm seeing a W for winning, baby. Like, this bad boy might run, especially if, and I have to draw this line. I think that's a really important one to draw. If we can get over 335, I think that's a really easy money line, and that might climb actually maybe all the way to 580. So yeah, hey, these are just my thoughts and opinions. Let me know what you think. Otherwise, thank you.